Hi, I'm Merrick D'Amato,
And I'm Classic Gamer.
and welcome back to Let's Play Broken Sword 5, The Serpent's Curse. Did I get the name right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's check the one.
Full of paper.
Hey, there's the elephant!
Oh yeah, very small, but it's there.
And not the same elephant.
No, it looks
It's gray,
looks
it was
grey.
brown before, and the curve on the trunk is wrong.
I loved that camera.
Why is it stood up on the tripod looking at your room? What have you been doing, Nico?
I think it might be connected to the computer, maybe wirelessly.
If this wasn't 2013, which is before this was really so much a thing, I'd think that Nico was supplementing her income by having an OnlyFans. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but like if you want to do that, whatever, cool. Life is really fucking hard. Any extra money can
Bin
help,
was
but
full.
No shit.
It was my computer.
what is this desk?
I know.
It looks like the coffee table in my living room, which is not an acceptable height for a computer. It's nice for, I don't know, putting your legs up, your feet up while you're watching a movie, but not for.
Yeah. I tried to put my feet up on my desk, but it doesn't
Would
really
you
work.
like a glass of wine?
Yes, those stairs are a nightmare.
Too bad we don't live in the world where Broken Sword 2.5 is canon, because there was an elevator.
Very true.
That's better.
So, what can I do for you, monsieur?
My name is Tiago Marquez. I saw your report on the robbery. I found your address. I came straight away. I needed to see you.
And why is that?
The stolen painting, La Malédiction. It belongs to me.
Ronnie had wanted me to interview the owner, and now here he was. Or rather, he was somebody who claimed to be the owner.
Now, that's interesting. His name. Do you remember in
What?
the prologue at the beginning when in Spain?
Yep.
The child's name was Diego.
Yep.
So the stolen painting is yours. Tell me more.
La Malédiction belonged to my family in Catalonia in the 30s before the Civil War.
So what was it doing here in Paris?
The fascists stole it in 1938. They killed my father, but not me. I escaped. I have been looking for it ever since. You have to help me find it.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Tiago Marquez, the rightful owner of La Malédiction. What else is there to tell?
You
Literally anything else.
Catalonia?
No, since the war, I've lived in France, in the southwest. And now I want the painting back.
Okay, do you have anything to tell me that isn't about how you want the painting?
Did you lose all your family in the Civil War?
When they came for us in 38, I fled with my mother. But my father was not so lucky.
I'm sorry.
I would have stayed and fought for freedom, but I was just a boy.
You've got my attention, but if I'm to help you, I need more to go on.
I have something. This old photograph. It is of me and my family.
I look forward to showing it to literally everybody in Paris.
See the painting above the fireplace?
Yes, it's La Malédiction. The photograph certainly appeared to link the old man to the painting.
You took the photographs at that robbery, huh?
I did, yes.
I need to see them.
Why?
Please, I must see them.
All right. Here they are. This one was rejected. George got in the way. Typical.
Who is this George?
Just a friend. He insured the painting.
So, he will know who is this liar who claims to own my painting.
I don't think he does. He would have told me. This is the best shot I took. They used
Oh, he's holding the gun like an idiot.
It is how I recognize La Malédiction, my painting.
It does look like the one in your photograph.
So close, but now it is lost again.
This is not how you're supposed to hold a handgun. You know that, right?
Yes, I do.
Like, it's technically better because he's wearing the motorcycle helmet, but because of how the recoil is, without it, you're just gonna break your own nose with the gun.
Here's the thief making.
Ooh, that's a nice tattoo.
What is that tattoo on his arm?
Looks like a skull and crossbones. Headhunters, hmm?
You will find him, and then you will find my painting.
I can try, monsieur.
You must, mademoiselle.
This shot didn't come out too well.
It's perfect.
Perfect?
Finally, La Malédiction in all its splendor. The lines, the color, the detail. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Then take it. That shot is no good to me.
Really? Thank you, mademoiselle.
I think that's it for the screen.
It was a nice idea, but wouldn't have worked.
What do you mean, nice idea?
Marquez's story was very interesting, but I needed to corroborate it. I wondered if the gallery kept ownership records.
Probably. Or maybe not. It was run by an idiot.
And
So who
while
knows?
I didn't wholly trust him, this was the one lead that I didn't want to lose. Where are you staying?
What? Nowhere. Here, perhaps.
I didn't want him to stay in my apartment. There was another solution.
Andre.
My neighbor is out of town for a few days. You could stay there.
Yes, that would be good. Thank you.
Great, let's go.
Now, Nico, you're not allowed to let people stay in neighbors' apartments without their permission.
Adam said that he would leave the spare key under the mat.
I'm sure he wouldn't
My
mind.
neighbor had left a key for me under the doormat. Which reminded me I hadn't watered his plants for a week.
Nico.
The key wasn't there. He probably wouldn't be interested.
Oh, yeah, it's not his frickin' painting. Why would he be interested?
Breaking news, Ronnie.
Really?
A Spaniard named Marquez just came round. He claims to be the owner of the stolen painting.
Well, get his story, Nico. What are you waiting for?
The Spaniard claims the painting was stolen from his family during the Spanish Civil War.
This is fantastic. Make sure you get all the facts.
Oh, I will. I also know what tattoo the killer has.
Great work, Nico.
It says Headhunters.
Sounds dangerous. Take care, Nico. I can't wait to see the story.
Bye, Ronnie. The gap was wide, but not wide enough for my fingers. Using the sticky chewing gum, I was able to fish out the key.
Ew.
Literally all we had in our inventory.
I know.
George, is everything okay?
Just about. I found the murder weapon over at their security.
That's brilliant!
Yeah, then they walked in and found me holding the weapon.
Let me guess. He arrested you?
You got it. Threw me into a cell. Of course, he couldn't make it stick. I'll come over, update you on what I've got. How about you? What's new?
You won't believe who's just turned up.
Andre Lobineau?
No, a Spanish guy called Marquez says he's the owner of the painting.
You're kidding.
Marquez claims the painting was stolen during the Spanish Civil War.
Interesting. If that was true, we wouldn't have to pay out on the insurance claim.
Well, keep your fingers crossed. One of my photographs shows the killer's tattoo.
That's incredible.
It says Headhunters.
I don't like the sound of that.
At least it's not Elvis. D'accord, that's it for now. Maybe you should come over and meet Marquez.
Sounds good. See you soon.
What?
I had nothing
Why
else to
shouldn't
tell
it say
you at the
Elvis?
moment.
Odd thing to say. This is a worrying room. A lot of dog in here.
Glad it's up to standard. I have to go out, monsieur. Ronnie had promised me the front page if I got an interview with the painting's owner. And here was a crazy Spaniard claiming to be just that. I needed to find out who had put the painting up for sale. Maybe there was more to find at the gallery.
An uncomfortable metro ride later.
Len was sitting outside the cafe. He looked dazed. Hi.
So it is you, madame. There is no coffee. It bores me now. There is cola, or beer, or champagne.
No thanks, I'll pass.
That is your choice. And you have exercised it.
It was Hector Lane, art critic extraordinaire. Hello, Monsieur Lane.
Ah, the delectable Nicole Collard, super sleuth. How may I be of service?
I was hoping I'd find you here.
Always available for a lovely lady such as yourself.
Henri's death. It must be so very hard for you.
Yes, I shall miss him deeply. We had such a very special relationship. The loss is so hard to endure, even for a man of such inner strength as myself.
I'm rolling my eyes at this man.
What do you know about the owner of La Malediccio?
That was Henri's business. He found the painting and did the deal with the owner.
Would anybody else know anything about the owner?
Not likely. He kept especially quiet about that one. But he always kept a manifest for every exhibition.
Did I show you my press card?
The sticky one. Maybe you should order a replacement.
Fair enough.
I'm writing a follow-up piece on the gallery theft.
Ah, so you need an inside view. Authoritative.
Something like that.
The police have finished in the gallery. We could chat in the office. It's much more comfortable. More intimate. I might even be able to rustle up a little bottle of champagne.
Maybe later. I have some things to do first.
Maybe next time, then.
I do not like Mr. Jabba the Hutt, art critic over here.
You mentioned a manifest. How would one get a look at that?
One might start in the office. That's where Henri kept most of his paperwork.
I got to admit, I'm honestly surprised Lane came back.
Yeah, I was quite shocked when I first saw him.
Like, out of all the fucking characters, fucking Lane?
Well,
I mean, fair enough. I thought it was just like a one-off puzzle, basically.
save those thoughts for later in the game.
Pardon?
Save those thoughts for later in the game.
Well, I know who else they brought in. I'm really excited about that.
About the gallery.
Of course, my dear. We can go there now, if you'd like.
That sounds great.
We can discuss my ordeal over a glass of champagne.
A cozy chat with Lane was the last thing I wanted. But it was my best hope if I wanted to get a look around the office. So, what are we waiting for?
I'm pretty sure it's something to do with that safe that we found earlier.
I think you're right. Oh, something I forgot to mention before. You know how Moo's name? I told you that Moo is French for like both soft and like moist / damp.
The place was heaving with junk.
And we found out in this game he wets himself.
Something stuck out from beneath the
Indeed.
cushion. It looked
Also, George has been arrested yet again.
it was. The police had missed it. I needed to get it.
It's like the third time he's been in prison.
Join me on the couch. I'm ready.
I think so.
You will be gentle with me, won't you?
Oh, I'm never gentle, Monsieur Lane.
Oh. Oh. Do call me Hector.
And you can
There
call
was nothing
her
special
Miss
about
Collard.
the clock.
Please call me Hector. All my friends do. All right, Mr. Lane.
It was a poster for a Stockholm music festival. The headline was a group called the Hairy Lobsters. The calendar was marked with the date of the exhibition. I guessed it was Henri's guitar. It had to be for show. It was a decorative pipe. Henri's notice board was covered in mementos. Henri had a statue of himself in the style of a Roman emperor. It was narcissistic and slightly disturbing. I wasn't going to play fig leaves with Lane watching. I couldn't search the desk while Lane was there. Lane had slumped deep into the sofa.
That's a really horrible
Make yourself
description.
comfortable, ma chérie.
Well, he's a really horrible man.
I know.
Can you keep a safe distance away from him, please, Nico?
Just a folder. With that amount of padding, who would? The only way to get hold of it was to distract him. It was a plain folder. There was a label on the front, but I couldn't quite make it out. If I tried to reach across, I'd touch Lane's leg.
I thought for a minute their eyes weren't going to blink, and then Nico's did.
Lane was taking up more than his fair share of the sofa. Monsieur Lane?
Hector, please.
So you really don't know who owns this earth?
I'm sorry, my dear, I really don't.
I see Henri had a statue of himself.
Yes, for a man of high aspiration, he had alarmingly low taste. Nevertheless, I shall miss him. We were like family.
What will happen to this place now?
Henri's widow will decide, poor soul. She may find it in her heart to keep me around.
Oh, I'm sure she will. Is there anything you can tell me about the painting?
It was an absolute treat to come across it. A true undiscovered gem.
There's no denying it is a fantastic painting. What can you tell me about the religious significance?
Of course, there is a deep religious symbolism locked within the painting, too. Central to this must be the pantheon of saints.
If you want to see some like really, really nice religious themed paintings that are also proper dark, check out William Blake.
Oh, really?
Yes, William Blake's the Great Red Dragon and the Woman Clothed in the Rays of the Sun is basically this guy's painting. Are you familiar with the book Red Dragon?
No.
Well, are you familiar with Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah.
The first book he appears in, where he's a side character, is Red Dragon. And all the murders are based around that one William Blake painting. I recommend checking it out. It's some proper dark stuff. Also, there's Hieronymus Bosch. Can't forget Hieronymus Bosch. Lot of good paintings of hell.
Oh, Hector. Perhaps I will join you in that glass of champagne.
But of course, champagne, nature's balm in troubled times.
That was just uncorked there? Surely it must at least have gone unfizzy by now.
He just picked up one glass, but then suddenly he had two in his hand.
Well, I picked up two. He was holding them, like, because you know how the stems are really thin?
Yeah,
one between the middle and index finger, and one between the pinky and ring fingers.
Ah.
Trust, I have done this before. I know how it works.
I believe you.
I wonder if I can throw it in his face.
I think you can spill it on him.
That's what. By the way, this is the first of these games where our save file isn't called LP1 or LP2 because we don't name our save files.
Yep.
So you really don't know who owns
Or
this?
3 was like that as well.
I'm sorry, my dear, I really...
Oh yeah, it was.
Don't you think it's a bit awkward in
And
here
4 was as well, I
with so
think,
much
wasn't it?
of Henri
Or we
looming
could
over
save.
us?
Just ignore it,
Fair
my dear.
enough.
What can you tell me about the saints depicted in La Malediccio?
As I said, I don't know which denomination...
Oh, yeah, we couldn't name
saints
them. We
represent.
just kept saving.
To new friends.
To love.
No, not love. Please, you weird... Haha!
Oh, mon Dieu, that is so cold!
No, it isn't. It's been sitting on the floor in an office for a whole day. It's not cold. Come
Have to
on.
dry this off. Don't you worry, my dear.
Suited and fluted.
In the folder was a list of all the paintings in the exhibition. La Malediccio had to be there. It was. And next to it was the owner's name, Mr. Medovsky. The
Medovsky.
police had obviously not spotted the folder. I put it back. I had what I needed for my story. Monsieur Lane, thanks for everything. But I think I hear my editor calling.
Ma chérie, no need to leave so soon. It's only a little spillage.
A little while later.
And I found out who claims to own La Malediccio. Some guy named Medovsky.
Medovsky.
Sounds Russian, right?
Medovsky, my God.
Who is he?
He's new on the oligarch block. Fresh into London from Russia with ambition and a bloody reputation. Collard, this is way over your head. I'm gonna put a more experienced crime journalist on the story. I can't afford for you to get hurt.
Relax, Ronnie. This is my story. Leave it with me. Let's discuss it over lunch tomorrow.
but don't do anything more. See you tomorrow.
He will do something. He's going to put someone else on it. You just
Ronnie
know he
didn't
is.
trust me on this story, but I wasn't
So he
going to
should.
let
Like,
him give it to
yeah, we
someone
haven't been a
else.
great reporter,
I was
but
bent
we've
on the
dealt with
moving
way
fast.
more dangerous situations than this already.
Come in.
Good.
Hey, they let George out of
Hi,
prison.
George.
Dang.
Great to see you.
Hope you don't mind me just dropping in.
No, not at all.
Just like old
How are
times,
you
huh?
getting on?
Pretty good. I found the gun that was used in the robbery.
I'm impressed.
A long story later.
Annette, the manager at Vera Security, lied about the owner of the company. When I pieced together that shredded letter, I got a name. Medovsky.
Medovsky. That's the same guy who claims to own La Malediccio.
What? He owns the painting and Vera Security? He has to be the one behind this whole scam.
You're telling me? We have to be sure.
What the?
I think this is the first time we've seen Nico sit in this chair.
I cannot sleep on that bed. It is too soft.
Josh, this is Senor Marquez.
Nice to meet you.
So you are this George, huh?
Senor Marquez is staying in the apartment across the hall. Apparently, he's the real owner of La Malediccio.
What? I thought you said Medovsky was the owner.
Senor Marquez claims the painting was stolen from his family during the Spanish Civil War.
Really? Do you have any proof?
Senor Marquez, could you show him the photograph?
Who's this?
My father. When they came for us in 38, I fled with my mother. But my father was not so lucky.
That's definitely La Malediccio hanging on the wall?
It belonged to my family, so it belongs to me.
Who's this?
My mother, a good woman, a saint.
A pair of statues stood on plinths on the mantelpiece.
No comments about these guys, apparently.
Well, we'll find out who they are.
Oh yeah, God and Lucifer. So it's pretty obvious.
You're close.
How can we prove this is you as a child?
The dates would tie up, George.
If the painting really was stolen during the 1930s, then this Medovsky guy has no legitimate claim to it. But how can I be sure that you're the boy in that picture?
I can prove it. Look at my father in the photograph. You see the medallion he's wearing? He gave it to me just before he died. This medallion has been in our family for hundreds of years.
Hello, where have we seen that before?
From the painting.
It's definitely the same medallion. A snake eating its own tail. That's also on the painting.
It is the Ouroboros.
The what?
The Ouroboros. It is a sign of my people, my family, my faith. The Gnostics. My father was a Gnostic leader. La Malediccio is sacred to the Gnostics. Hence they both display the Ouroboros.
A priest I met said the painting was the devil's work. A thing of evil.
Ha! He would say that. Do not believe all you hear from the church. Whatever you think, the painting is mine.
If Marquez was the true owner of Malediccio, then Medovsky had no legal claim to it. Might be tough to prove, but if I could, we wouldn't have to pay out on the insurance.
That isn't the most important thing right now, George.
Medovsky get it?
The fascists stole it. It went to Madrid, then Berlin, then, after the war, to Moscow. After that, it was lost, until now.
We need to talk to this Medovsky, but how do we find him?
Have you tried ringing
We're gonna fill in our boss on this new lead.
Mr. Rickenbacker, I've got some new information.
What now, Stobart?
I've got some interesting news to tell you.
Out with it.
I found a shredded letter that seems to implicate Henri and some guy named Medovsky.
Well, that's one piece of good news.
I met a guy called Marquez who claims to be the original owner of the painting.
So, I could claim to own it too.
This guy has a photo of it from his childhood. He's also got a story about how it was stolen from him during the Spanish Civil War.
If that's the case, then the insurance would be invalidated.
That's what I thought.
So dig a little deeper into that story.
You know what was kind of eerie there?
What?
The same time we called him, I got a text on my phone.
Ah.
Like the exact same time. It's like, is George calling me? No, don't call me, George.
Have you,
What do you think of this, Nico?
I think you have an insatiable habit for collecting things, George.
This is very accurate. Thank you for someone on calling me on it at last.
What do you think of this, Nico?
I don't know. Do you think it might be useful?
Well, it's matches, so objectively, yes.
I'm pretty surprised this cookie's held up so well in my pocket.
Gotta work on the small talk, George.
Thank you for addressing how bad a conversationalist Nick is. George is.
Nick?
Here's a cockroach I found.
Hey, Nico, have I introduced you to Trevor?
Oh, get that horrible thing away.
How did the police have this stuff and your phone while they're locked in the cells? That's what I want to know.
I was gonna say, oh, maybe we used our phone call to call Nico, but no, she called us.
This paperclip is bound to come in useful. I just know it.
Well, you've surprised me before, George. I'd keep it.
We used a very similar one to get something out of to get a key out of a drain.
Here's the proof that Henri was involved in the robbery.
Interesting, but it doesn't help us find the killer.
Was there someone else you could ring?
Senor Marquez.
Yes, George?
Yes, but first we have to make a terrible first impression on this man.
What do you think of this?
I would not use it to clean my shoes, monsieur.
Well, to be honest, neither would I.
Why would you clean shoes with perfume? That doesn't make sense.
Do you need to borrow my nail clippers?
I prefer to bite my nails, monsieur.
I found this completion note for the security work done at the gallery. They went against my recommendations.
And now my painting has been stolen.
I don't suppose you have any use for a match.
Why would I?
You want a cookie, Senor Marquez?
No, it has been in your pocket and is falling to pieces.
Hey, Senor Marquez. Meet Trevor.
He is a cockroach in a box.
He's my new pet. I'm getting rather attached to him.
I'm thinking this is the time Marquez turns to Nico's like, this is who you bring who can help us. A crazed lunatic who carries a cockroach around in a box. This is the best you can do.
Paperclip. It's gotta be useful for something.
I imagine if you have any paper you need clipped.
I found some evidence that ties Henri to the dodgy security company.
That doesn't surprise me. It sounds as though the whole thing was set up.
So, La Malediccio belongs to your family.
It did. Once it was stolen, I did not believe I would ever see it again.
You must have been excited to see the painting again.
It was a miracle.
You mentioned the Gnostics. What can you tell me about them?
It is not important. A religious sect, that is all. My family were Gnostic. They were a peaceful, good people.
Vera Security had disconnected their phone. There was no point in calling.
Well, the only person we can phone is Nico.
Try looking
It
at
would've been
the
stupid to phone Nico
envelope
while she was sitting
pictures.
opposite me.
Okay, that's the wrong. I know we have to look at the pictures that we showed Marquez earlier.
It was a cheap bottle of wine. Hey, Nico?
Yes, George?
What do we know about this Medovsky character?
Ronnie said he was dangerous and very rich. He claims to be the owner of La Malediccio.
And appears to be the boss of Vera's security who were supposed to protect it. Now that kind of figures. The best way to steal something is to get hired to look after it. But why steal a painting you already own?
We need to talk to this guy.
To do that, we need to find him.
Okay, what about this motorcycle man?
So let's go over what we know about the thief.
Okay, well, he had a distinctive tattoo on one arm.
And his helmet had Waterloo Motors across it.
Not a lot to go on.
Why would somebody steal their own painting?
Insurance scam? But then why kill Henri?
I get the impression that Henri was somehow involved. I found the gun that Henri was shot with at Vera Security.
If Madosky owns Vera Security, it means that he must know the killer.
Well, it can't be Annette, but she has to be involved in some way. You said the thief had a tattoo.
On his arm, it was a skull and crossbones with headhunters written around it.
We need to track down Waterloo Motors.
Have you tried the internet?
I've been kind of busy.
Okay, let's have a look. Waterloo Station, Battle of Waterloo, Waterloo Kebabs. Waterloo
You buy kebab. You buy kebab.
Waterloo Motors. It's a garage in London. I'll send the number to your phone.
Most good.
Like a kebab, most good.
Waterloo Motors.
Hi,
How can I help you?
my name is George Stobart. I'm investigating a murder that was committed here in Paris.
What's that got to do with us?
Now, I don't know why there's a company in Paris called Waterloo.
Is that a place in-
Well, no, do you know what Waterloo is?
Well, I know the battle board.
Yeah, it's the site. It's Napoleon's final, most crushing defeat against the British. Why would they name some company after that in fucking France?
That is in London.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Though, you know what the weirdest company name I ever saw was? It was for a travel bureau. And it was called Odyssey.
Odyssey. That is.
You know what the Odyssey is? Obviously at its heart, it's a story about a man getting cataclysmically lost.
Oh, okay.
Where he's trying to go is home. He's trying to go from Troy to Ithaca and be home, and it's over. Poseidon gets pissed at him, blows him off course, and now he's on the Cyclops Island and this other place and all the places. It's about a man getting lost.
The guy we're looking for was wearing a helmet with Waterloo Motors on it.
Oh, yeah. It's a very popular helmet.
I don't suppose you know who might have bought one?
Well, not unless you've got any more information, mate.
The killer had a tattoo on his arm. It said, Headhunters.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah,
Terrific. Do you know his name?
Nah. He brings his boss's Merc here to have it serviced. Word to the wise, though. I hear he don't mess about. The car's registered on Dutchy Street, if there's any help. I mean, that's all I know, mate, sorry.
No, that's more than enough. You've been a great help. Thanks for your time.
Technically, that is the data protection breach.
Bingo.
Good work. That has to be the guy. And now we've got his address.
How about a trip to London?
I thought you'd never ask. Senor Marquez, will you be okay here?
The bed is uncomfortable. But it will do. Come back quickly with the painting, eh?
Now, George, the inspector gave you strict instructions
Not to leave the country.
Cabbies. Gotta love them.
This is the place. Here on the right.
As the Parliament with Big Ben standing
To afford a
proudly
place
to one
like this
side
in
of it.
London, you've got to be good at something.
Ooh, that is very cool and very German.
We clear on how we're going to do this?
No? We have plan?
We're two insurance investigators, see? We finagle our way inside, butter Madovsky up, and then get the dirt on him, right?
The fuck are you talking?
Yeah, finagle. You remember how to finagle, don't you, Nico?
Georges, how could I ever forget?
Good, because I suspect we're gonna need major league fanoodling to get in this one.
You got it.
Why are you doing a New York accent, George? You are a strange man.
The bush was perfectly shaped. It was topiary in progress. Excuse me? Hello?
On your bike, darling. This is a private residence.
Oh, I love that
We're here
expression.
to see Mr. Madovsky.
So,
On you.
Secondly, you're not. It's not a private residence because they're standing out on the public pavement, mate.
True. But I do love the expression, on your bike.
We have important business with Mr. Madovsky.
and who the hell might you be?
I'm Nico Kalar, and this is my colleague, Georges Stobart.
Well, isn't that cozy? Can you count, darling?
Yes, of course.
Well then, 1, I don't know you or laughing boy here from Adam. 2, you ain't got no business round here. And 3, I don't like French birds. Comprenez?
He had the typical features of an Englishman who likes beer and football. Ah, it's locked. The gate lock was controlled remotely. Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
Do you work for Mr. Madovsky?
No, I'm standing here pruning his edges for a laugh. Course I bloomin' work for him. Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Get lost.
Hi, guess who?
What do you want?
Nice bush.
Bush? This is so much more than just a bush.
Oh, I am sorry.
It's art, love. Or to be precise, topiary. And as everybody knows,
Topiary is a transitioned form.
that's right. A statement of man's dominance over nature. A metaphor for the human condition.
And yet,
It's not enough, is it?
not for the big questions.
Life, death.
Right and wrong.
Tell me about it.
You struggle, monsieur?
Day and night.
That is the human condition.
Can we ever escape it?
It is possible through meditation, contemplation.
I see.
It is our only salvation.
Well, you've given me food for thought, you have.
Anytime.
Much appreciated. At a difficult time.
You are welcome, monsieur.
So, anyway, this is my latest piece. What do you think?
I like it.
It's a very nice eagle? A two-headed eagle.
Rizzo, get in there, my son. Yes, it's a Russian Imperial Eagle for the boss. You spotted it straight off. I owe you one, lady. You have got that rare quality, real insight.
No, please. You have a rare talent. Do you know Mr. Medovsky's driver?
Driver? He's out of town, I think.
Fair enough.
We have important business with Mr. Medovsky.
I need a good reason to bother the boss with this. He's a busy man.
I understand, but I think he'll want to speak with us.
What makes what you have to say so important?
La Maledictio, a painting that belongs
We have
to
international
Mr.
criminal
Stobart.
George Stobart.
If he wants his insurance claim processed quickly, then he'll want to speak with us. I think he might be annoyed if he finds out you never even told him we came around, right?
Okay, okay. Hang on, I'll phone him now. Yeah, Mr. Medovsky? French bird. Yeah. Yes, boss. Right, I will do. You've piqued the boss's interest. That isn't always a good thing.
Oof. All right.
The gate should be open. I'll take you inside. Follow me, please.
Very nice.
I like that. How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Mr. Medovsky will be right with you, madame.
Well, we're in. Now what?
We'll make him think we're all set to pay out on the policy. See if we can get him to talk.
Welcome, welcome.
Good day, monsieur. My name is Nico Collard, and this is my assistant, Georges Stobart.
You are here to discuss La Maledictio, yes?
Correct.
I am surprised to see you. My agreement with the gallery specified that my ownership should be kept in the strictest confidence. It would appear that agreement has been broken.
A man has been killed, monsieur.
An agreement is an agreement.
So should we ask him about bricks or teddy bears?
It's the hard approach or the soft approach. Up to you.
Well, I think we should establish Nico as the good cop.
Okay.
And then George is the one who'll break his fingers.
My apologies for disturbing you, monsieur, but I'm afraid we must ask you some questions.
So be it. The loss of a painting is nothing compared to the loss of a life. Ask away.
How did you come into possession of La Maledictio?
I purchased it at auction.
We have reason to believe that the theft was an inside job.
Oh, that is terrible. The staff at the gallery were so pleasant to deal with, but such is human nature. I trust this won't delay the insurance claim.
I'm sure matters will be sorted out soon. Do you have receipts for the painting?
Of course, I have already sent them to your office.
These things take time to process.
What is there to process? I own the painting. Someone stole it, and your company provided me with insurance. I am the victim here.
A state you share with the deceased, monsieur. Did you know Henri, the gallery owner?
Oh, purely on a professional basis. My restorer recommended his gallery to me.
Did you ever meet him personally?
No, only via email. I rarely fly. I'm carbon neutral, you know.
Very conscientious, monsieur.
Well, the planet won't save itself.
What connection do you have to Vera Security?
I've never heard of it.
He's lying.
There is strong evidence that ties you to Vera Security.
Oh, you are beginning to sound like a policeman, madame.
We are merely doing our jobs, monsieur. We must leave no stone unturned.
I would leave this particular stone unturned if I were you.
I'd rattled him, but I didn't want to push too hard. Of course. We will check our information again.
I would do that.
Your restorer, how does he fit into all this?
Hobbs? Well, he did a little cleaning work on La Maledicción, that's all.
Hobbs.
I
You
think
mean the
that
ones
enough
from
for now.
Fable?
When do you expect the
Or
client
is it where
to
you
get
cook
out?
food?
It will not be long, monsieur.
When
Probably either.
exactly? Surely you can give me a date.
I think it's not a good game, but Fable 3 has my favorite line about
Please
Hobbs.
excuse the interruption, sir.
What is
Smart
it?
enough to use magic, not smart enough to put their pants to wear their pants the right way
You
around.
mentioned the portfolio, sir.
For pity's sake, can he not just follow simple instructions? Please excuse me for a moment.
The gardener's called Shears?
Yeah, probably not what his mother christened him.
What a creep.
Very clever creep at that. We got nothing on him, and he knows it.
He just brushed off the Vera connection. We need something else to get under his skin. I could use Marquez as leverage.
Yeah, it's just one man's word against another.
So what else can we do?
Let's take a look around. Maybe there's something here we can use against him.
Good idea, George. You search, I'll keep watch at the window.
Now, this is about time to call it. We're out of time. So I've been Marek Tomato.
And I've been Classic Gamer.
And we'll see you next time for more Broken Sword 5. Ciao.
Indeed. Ciao.
Hi. Thanks for watching. This has been played, edited, and recorded by me, Marek Tomato.
And he's been helped by me, Classic Gamer.
You can find a link to Classic's YouTube channel, Classics Gamer, and his Twitch in the description below. Please like, comment, and subscribe.